Hey guys, it's Taku. Welcome back to my channel, and I hope you're all doing well. I am back with a really late video. As you can see, we're gonna look at some ATEEZ stuff from their latest comeback, but take that with a grain of salt because I'm so late to recording this video that not only has this comeback and all of its versions come and gone and set sail, but the world tour, or at least the United States leg of it, has also come and gone and set sail. We're looking at ATEEZ Golden Hour Part 3 and a couple of its different versions, and I'm going to play around a bit with the packaging and see if I can condense these into one. So this is a little bit of an unboxing or a re-unboxing because I've actually looked through these. And yeah, we're just gonna see what I make of it. I've also got some tour stuff on the screen right now, and let's just dive in right. Let's just look at it. So this is the main version that first came out. This is just the first like 5 or 6 tracks. It's kind of like the Lemon Drop album. It's the version A version. This is the just Lemon Drop single that's like individual member, and then here is Golden Hour Part 3 in Your Fantasy edition. So it's got the first 5 or 6 tracks from Golden Hour Part 3 plus 8 solo tracks and the title track In Your Fantasy. So if you're looking for one to buy, first of all, it's this one. This is the one you're wanting because this is the one that has all of the tracks on it. It's such a weird release, this whole thing, and I think that's part of what turned me off from actually recording this video is they were releasing versions left and right and center, and then they came out with the In Your Fantasy version, which had even more tracks. And when I back up all the way to this first album, if I'm being completely honest, I was so like disappointed by the packaging that I kind of didn't want to get behind camera and do an unboxing to begin with. So more on the albums in just a second. I do want to look at some of these. So I went to the In Your Fantasy tour. I specifically went to the Arlington stop. Yes. And these were the freebies that I actually made. So I made these, and then my sister helped me distribute them at the concert. It was so much fun. This was my first time doing freebies for a concert. And we opted for rubber bracelets. And this is how I've designed them. I put the globe here, and then just this ATEEZ 2025 World Tour In Your Fantasy in the style and kind of font similar to what they use. I put a record here, which is actually not just a record to like the CD, but the fact that Golden Hour Part 2 was all stylized like a record. Or was it Part 1? At this point, I can't remember. And then on this side, I put the star because Texas and Arlington, and it was hot. Our tour stop was on the 16th, which happened to be the last one of the US leg, minus Mexico. And then, I guess North America. And then I put 8 Mix 1 Team and a couple of lemons for Lemon Drop. And so these were my freebies. Aren't they kind of cool? I think they're so neat. And so there is 2 versions. This is the one that I got more of, but when I was buying them, I was able to get some free ones or discount ones, and so these ones are just red and black. Same text, but just red and black. And these were so much fun to hand out. I think I had ordered 500 or 600 of them, and we walked home with none extra. So it was a hit. Not only that, but my sister, prior to the tour, picked up this little keychain. It was just at a K-pop shop or like a little outdoor festival. And I just thought it was so cool. I wanted to show you guys. It says ATEEZ here. It's got the pirate ship, but then it's also got a little hourglass here. If I can get it on camera. I'm not normally into like charms and straps like this, but the maroon's like my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. It was just such a cool strap that I wanted to show you guys. So this came along the tour. It was on my bag along with the literally hundreds of freebies I picked up. Everyone was so nice in Texas. I also picked up the merch shirt. This is so disappointing. Compared to last tour, which had the huge font and a beautiful, large, gray textured shirt, this one is literally printed on like a standard gray tee. It's really small. I rolled up the shirt to fit it in the frame. It just says In Your Fantasy. And then on the back, there are at least the tour stops. So it says North American Tour. You can see it there. In Your Fantasy. There are some stars. The minimal design that went into this. And then a list of all of the stops. Atlanta, New York, Baltimore, Nashville, Orlando, Chicago, Tacoma, San Jose, Los Angeles, Glendale, and ours, Arlington. and then plus Mexico City here at the end. So this was the North American leg of the tour, and it was so fun to round off their tour, but this shirt is very mediocre. Also, why were shirts $20 more than they normally are? That was not fun either. So that part was underwhelming. What did make up for it, though, was getting a photo card. I'm joking. It did not. But this was a fun bonus. My sister and I got 2 photo cards because she also got a little merch piece. And we did pull my bias from this photo card. So in that way, I guess, was the shirt worth it? This little Jungami is just an acrylic photo card holder. It was just, I bought it at a K-pop shop in Texas. So I bought it on the tour day, and then I got the photo card. So that's cute. That was worth it. Now let's look at the album versions. We're 5 minutes in, but now let's look at these. And this is what I mean by, like, I've already kind of thumbed through these, and everyone has, because this era is over. Everyone has done their unboxings, and then here I am. So you will get to see the underwhelming packaging. The only thing that I can really say to this is this must have been the result of KQ experimenting with producing albums in the United States, because as one fan pointed out online, it's missing the Korean seal, like is it Comcast official sticker, which means that this album was probably made in the US, which explains why it's busted. It explains the lower quality of it, because it's just not great. There were 2 versions of it. There was a red version and a blue version, and we got one of each. But then when you look at these like postcards in it, I should mention, the reason I got it to begin with was because it was signed, and then I got so this also made it worth it. This was the only saving grace. Look at my bias saving poor t-shirt decisions and poor album buying decisions. But I did get the card, and this actually, I have a little like frame that it's in, but I took it out for this video, so I will set that there. These are the postcards. You get the same with both versions, whether you buy the blue one or the red one, which is already kind of like, not a red flag, but wasted potential, because they have so many photos, like this one, that are lovely. I just don't understand why they didn't do 2 separate shoots. And I think, because my sister and I really sat down and looked at them, they may be different photos, but the angles are ever so slightly different. It's not like they're drastically different concepts. They're pretty much the same. And it just comes with 2 sets of the members. So I'm not upset with the square album. I think that's fine. It doesn't match the rest of Golden Hour, but again, it's fine. I don't know. It's just such a weirdly produced album. Physical packaging wise. The tracks are amazing. I love this era. Very good. My 2 inclusions were this, it's either a sticker or like a little pass, but it's not actually a photo card. Gaminki. And then my photo card was also So again, my bias is saving my poor financial decisions and making everything worth it. So that was very cool. But this is it. This is all we're looking at. Underneath this is just like an empty box. ATEEZ pun, okay? Empty box. The disc is gorgeous. I love the way this looks. I like how it looks like kind of like a drop of water. But there's no photo book. There's no like other separate thing. And while I don't necessarily need all the gimmicks with it, it's kind of weird that without a photo book, this costs the same as a normal album. And then the box is also just, like, people have done videos on the internet. It just fits really weirdly. It doesn't look good. This is kind of an off cream color. You can see there, it's not like a typical ATEEZ box where, one, it's cardboard, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a hard board. This is literally just cardboard that's been folded. And it's also, it doesn't stay stuck. It feels more like a jewelry box or like a gift box. So the packaging is just kind of off. It just feels a bit weird. Let's look at the second version though, which thankfully is actually really pleasing to look at. This is the individual member version, and if I remember correctly, it only has like Lemon Drop, the title track, as a single and maybe an instrumental or maybe a remix version on it. So you're only getting like the one on it, but I feel like you kind of buy this more so for the collector purposes. Once again, it does not have an official Korean sticker on the back, which was something I did not even notice until fans had pointed it out. But I'm okay with picking this one up anyway because it's got Yunho on it, and it feels kind of neat. I don't think there was anything included as an extra in here. It's just the CD, so there's that. Plus, these are like $2 to $4 each, and my sister saw them in the store. And normally we have to go online and then pay $8 shipping for a $2 CD. This last one is the most comprehensive version. Packaging also feels a little bit better. You'll notice that like the sides of my box aren't webbing out so badly. It still looks like it's an album made in the United States. If someone has more information on that, by the way, please leave it below. And this is in your fantasy edition, which, yes, is the one worth getting. I'm going to save my inclusions. The inside is similar to the other one in that they're both square albums, but this one has a photo book, which makes it very satisfying to own, and in my opinion makes it worth the price. Let's look at the disc while we're here. Similar design, just different colors. I love this. This looks great. This is amazing. And then on the inside, we have a folded poster, which I'm not sure I won't open the whole thing. I'll just show you this. It does open out, and they all look very good. They were very amazing on tour. I gotta say, seeing this because it has all of the solo tracks performed live was so cool, and we got so much better seats than we normally do for ATEEZ concerts. We were on the floor, so this was my first like major K-pop tour that was on floor. We'll just do this right here so I don't have to unfold it. You can see Yunho there. So there are 2 posters actually. Forgot that there was 2. And a photo book this time. So rather than the cards, they've done a photo book. I will just kind of quickly thumb through it because odds are you have seen this and everyone has seen this. And also my lighting is terrible. They look amazing in this. The concepts feel more like a typical photo book rather than just them standing in front of a green screen, which I really appreciate. I like it when there's more of a set to look at. And In Your Fantasy has this, it feels very retro, feels very 2000s, but it's got a sexy vibe to it. And so these feel kind of like gallery shots or museum shots in a way. Not these, but the concept is a reflection of the actual contents, the musical contents. And so I like this a lot better. Plus, it's satisfying to have a photo book. I don't think there's anything wrong with the photo boards, but I don't know. I guess that's where I just feel like paying for a book means you're paying for like bindery and everything. And that just to me feels like it should be pricier. It feels like it should be priced different than just a regular album. But the orange one is the same price. So that's kind of where it gets me, is what are you paying for as a consumer? A couple other additional goods. We have a little Polaroid, and again, you know, I got so lucky with this whole comeback and really this whole tour. I had the most fun time with ATEEZ. This might be my favorite. Not sure. This is my 4th time seeing them in person, but every single time, you know, it's a different set. I do really enjoy, though, the whole experience. My little slip, I don't know if they're cards. I don't really know what these are. I don't think they're stickers. They feel like some kind of like ID thing. Credit card, maybe. You put it on top of a credit card. But I got Jungho here. And then I had 2 photo cards. And the first one I got was Jungho. And then the second one I got was San. So there are those. Those were all my pulls. So really, if you're, you know, if you just came here for an album unboxing, that's kind of it. What I thought would be fun, though, was to see if we can kind of combine some of this and Frankenstein our own album version. I thought it would be nice to use the red In Your Fantasy to hold some of my favorite freebies from the concert. So these are actually going to stay together, and I'll put them off to the side. These will go into a photo card binder, so I will put these to the side as well. My Yunho print is going to go in a frame. which means we're kind of dealing with these. And it's okay if it doesn't all fit in the box. I haven't tried this. This is normally something I do off camera, and I like to do this a lot with anime goods. So it will be a first for both of us. Inside the box, here are all the colored cards. They're really pretty, but I think a book would have been nicer. I don't know. And let's just see what we've got. It's going to be a bit of a quest. And I'm sorry if this is boring to you. I wonder if we were to cut the cardboard here, then we could just set the CD in there flat. So for now, I'm actually going to just set the CD off to the side. And then we have, let's see, photo book. I'll put this off to the side too because it's really flat. Here are our cards, which those lay there. And then we have 2 posters, which I might have to put in the other box. These posters don't really fit. Here's our photo book, which lays in there nicely. You can see how much room we've got. So it's kind of fun to do this. I have a feeling this is going to sit on my stand separately if it doesn't actually fit in the box. And you know what? No, I don't think it's going to fit. Yeah. And I don't want to try ripping this on camera because I will rip probably more than what I need to. So if you wanted to keep both of your versions in one package like I did, I just put the cards here, the posters here. The photo book is just on top. If you cut the perforations off this or tear them very carefully, you could probably stick this on the bottom or on the top, depending on where you like your CD. And then alternatively, I could just put the individual member version in here. And it does look like there is enough room, so you could put other things like that. But then if I were to put the lid on, let me check the package. Okay, so this is the correct way to do it. Okay, so now it all fits. So all my music is in one package, because what would end up happening is I'd probably end up combining it, and then I wouldn't toss the other box, but I would use it to hold other things off shelf, other ATEEZ things, just to make use of the storage on my shelves and use it wisely. But because of the tour, I can now put all of my favorite tour freebies in this box. So I've received things like bookmarks, charms, keychains, straps, things that can't fit on my little wall of goodies, I'll put in this box. And of course, this disc goes in my CD CD case where I listen to all of my music. And that CD case always comes with me on long drives or sits by my CD player. So this will come out, so rest assured nothing's getting damaged. But I think that does it. Thank you so much for watching this little video and I guess doing a little brainstorming with me. This is probably the way I will keep Golden Hour Part 3 on the shelf. But tell me, what are your thoughts on the album or the weird packaging? Did you get to see them on tour? And if so, what did you think? Did you love it? What city did you go see? I had the time of my life and can't wait to go see them again. But I do hope they get some rest before they set off again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and till next time.